welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Cast and Chill, where we are picking up from last weekend where, what did we get? We got the stronger rods. We now can handle 4.5 kilogram for what we try catching. The pond paddler. Yeah, we got the leaky bucket try to get. We also unlocked a new area that I think we might start off with venturing up to. So we've been in the Goldenfork River for now, but maybe we'll try going up to the Beaver Dam here. Here we are. So it does look like it's a little bit changed for the pixel art for each of the areas, but again, the game is really nice and cozy well, you can see it's getting kind of chilly up around my area, so having a little bit extra layer on just kind of feels a little bit nice to have this to go with. Okay, yeah, so we can go to rods. We'll change that over to the Maple Scout. And we'll try for the crankbait here, because I believe... Oh, no. Want to, turn around and fish. There we go. It listed brown trout and something else that's out here, so we'll see what all we might get lucky with trying to bring in. Oh, new species discovered. We'll try to figure out what that is. I do think that this is going to be a... Oh, actually, I think they maybe have changed up the way you see what the new species are. Like, last time we played, it was like this little reticle that formed around the fish that was the new species. Now they have a little bit of a shimmer that makes it feel a little bit... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much for, like, how much of a UI element it is to see. Okay, yeah, nobody... Oh, okay, maybe we will get something here. It didn't look like anything was all that interested in it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try changing that out for something else. Kind of figured if we would have had something, we would have seen it by then. So we'll try... Oh, actually... That, I think... Maybe the lures actually change what they'll work on depending on where you go, because now it says this is good for crappie, whereas before I think it said it was good for walleye in the other location. But I do really think this is going to be a nice little relaxation series, cozy up with. Just a chance if I want to talk with you guys about anything. Nope. Okay, smaller rod if your target fish is spooked. Okay, so there actually is a little bit more in-depth to the mechanics than... You'll just want to go for whatever you, like, pick up. So there is reasons to actually use smaller rods. Oh, okay, there's our first crappie. 36 centimeters and 0.9 kilograms. Actually kind of surprised it's a medium-sized fish, because I didn't think they were all that big. But we'll see about trying to get some more. And yeah, giving a chance to, like, just air out a little bit my thoughts, how the channel's doing, thinking about, like, series to do or such. It is nice to have a little bit of open reception that I got for, like, more suggestions that came in. And even just comments helping say, like, oh, here, maybe it'll help you a little bit with the algorithm if there's a comment here or there. I still am not going to worry too hard about, like, trying to chase the algorithm or try to go for maximizing views or building that up or that. Oh, there's a new big one. Well, I say big, 41 centimeters, 1.4 kilograms. We'll take it, though. I'm going to, I think, keep going along the lines that I basically have been of doing more what I want to do and enjoy out of it. It really is at the point where, like, I probably don't see the channel getting too much bigger from where it is. I think the entire reason it got to the size it has so far was because I went into a bit of a more... I'm trying to think. I don't want to say restricted, but, like, a specific niche, I would say. Because I did a lot of the... Oh, yeah, gotta remember that. Fish will get off the hook if I keep trying to fight them all the way in. Because I did the carnivore series, because that is a pretty limited niche of, like, how much coverage that was getting, I think that is entirely why the channel exploded a bit for how it had for its sub count in that. I don't want to stay too limited into one thing, because I feel like if it changes more to, like, I'm forcing myself to do series and certain videos just for, like, performance of them, it's going to take away from my enjoyment of this as, like, the pastime hobby it kind of is right now. So I do think I'm going to probably just keep going as I am. I still would like to try to get more into streaming, get that actually trying. I don't know if I would stick with YouTube for that, or I'd actually try going on to Twitch and see. I'm kind of up in the air as I'm not sure. YouTube, I do like the fact that I can put these videos up with, like, very little editing, and they just are on demand for whenever, if you stumble across them, or are a subscriber and watching and waiting to see more content, it's there. Maybe I'll try bringing that up, and then we'll try a new cast. So I don't know if I will try going over to Twitch or not. Well, I shouldn't say going fully over. It'd probably be the case of, like, what a number of channels or people have done is videos on YouTube, the streams on Twitch, and just like that. I don't know if I have the technical proficiency yet to be able to work with, trying to say, like, do streaming on multiple spots, like it streams both to Twitch and YouTube. I think there are ways to have that done, but I haven't looked that far into it or such. It's one of those things where, again, if it could actually get off the ground and expand into much more, it'd be pretty interesting. But I don't think I'm going to really try pushing too hard or exhausting myself with what could basically be trying to hope for a lightning strike sort of to happen. Okay, you got a lot of fight in you for such a little thing. Oh, yeah, it spit it. Okay, I do have to learn a little bit more of the hooks of, like... Yeah, I do have audio up enough, so I should be able to hear when it's, like, really fighting. But you know what? I'm going to switch out the rod again for, the little guppy and just see what happens with this. Maybe it's the case of I'm not getting as much interest because the rod is too large. Because in most games, I don't think that once you get, like, stronger rods, that doesn't really offset anything for, like, what kind of fish you're able to bring in like this one. Because one nice thing is, they are keeping the base rod relevant. In that, if it's too big, it will scare off and certain fish won't go for it, even if you might have right lure and everything else. So it does have an incentive of, you're not just upgrading and obsoleting gear as you go. You do actually have a nice little bit of a sense of variety to keep using older gear for different species. Yeah, I'll see if we can get one of those, and then maybe I'll switch the rod and the lure up just to see what else I could get with it. Because probably from the shop, yeah, might as well just pull that right in. The little thing's not going to be too much of a problem. Yeah, we'll patch you a little bit, and I think I'm going to change out for the Maple Scout and try just the Bobber and see what happens. I don't know if I'll get any interest from anything else that's around here or not, but I figure we'll do a little trial and error. That is kind of one of the styles of fishing games, is to figure out what lure combinations work best for whatever you're trying to go for. But yeah, as for series coming up, I don't have anything definitive I want to say I will be looking at tackling right now. It's mostly just a case of trying to get another one finished up. Sons of the Forest, that one, I don't know if it'll be another couple of weeks or just one more week. I know we are towards its tail end. I think there's just a few small things to wrap up and complete for it. Oh, there we go. Oh, largemouth bass, new species. Okay, we'll take that. Maybe we'll even try fishing over here for another one. Yeah, so we got one more spot. We can bring in one more fish for our keeper, then we'll bring it back and see what it all sells for. But yeah, Sons of the Forest. I think one of the things I noticed with it, though, is it seems like nowadays there's kind of two ways games go. There's ones that go really high-end into graphics, like how the graphics looks, fidelity of it, etc. But the gameplay is kind of shallow for that. Or there's ones where the graphics might not be the highest they can be, and they're not like trying to aim for that fidelity, but the gameplay is very solid and very core. And I think that's where, like, covering a lot more of the indie games and stuff that I probably would say I do far more than AAA titles, gives me more appreciation for, is a lot more of the gameplay is much more solid. Now, again, for, like, channel size and growth and... Oh, no, not idle mode. I am here, dang it. I just have to wait for this to do anything, although it is going a little slow right now, so hard to say if anything is interested or not. Yeah, seems like... will you take it? Nah, you're just going to bump it, so you know what? Maybe we'll just get back with what we've got here and see what this all sells for. Yeah, so let's throw our boat little on back. I do like the night sky is a little touch for like how dark it is. You can see stars up there over the mountains. But where was I going? For some reason, I guess it's because like there's a lot I have to talk about that, again, other games I pretty tunnel vision rather hard into them. Yeah, so we got a little bit more here. A little guppy with crankbait from that. Maybe we'll scout bobber on that. There are like... Okay, I guess depending on the species, that little trophy stamp is like, there's a trophy to catch of it. That's what I call a comeback. Okay, so we need 50 for that lure, 60 for that, 50 for that. Okay, that'll be up to 40 for that next upgrade. Or do I want to... I don't think I want to get more of that. I think I would probably want to get more strength on the rod to handle bigger. But I think I actually will take us back to Goldenfork River. It seemed like that one, there were much more species. You know what, let's go for... We'll try Sunrise. Nice heading out during dawn. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. You do have... like a time scale as it doesn't just like load the new screen. You'll see the slow transition happening. I'll just have to wait a moment or two, or maybe I picked sunset. Hard to say, but... yeah, you know what? Let's head on out. Oh, you know what? We'll try a cast right off the dock here. Just see what we can get in, if anything. I think it might be the case of... yeah, we'll just see about bringing this closer, and if they do go for it or not. I think these are just more of those threadfin shads that are basically like only 5 coin for them, but... see if they'll even go for this, since I think we're using the larger rod. Yeah. I think the tips are a little bit more integrated, so... we know, like, if it comes up, you know, okay, the fish that are closest to the lure won't go off of that because of the rod size. We'll give our pup a pet and see if he barks at all and if there's anything we can try going for. But yeah, look at, again, just like the shading, the coloration. Seeing this all change instead of like just one kind of flat background is a really nice touch that just adds a really good warm feeling about it. And it might actually be sunset because it does look like the sun's going down behind the mountain there. Yeah, so we'll stop and see about fishing. Okay, so we'll keep the larger rod and we'll try for the crankbait here. Now, something interesting is the pup didn't bark at all through our change of location. So I don't know if maybe it is just random when he decides to look over the edge and sees something and barks to let us know, or how it operates. Well, we'll just wait a moment or two and see if anything does strike and go for this. We do have one more lure to try out that I'm thinking these larger ones down here might actually be the walleye species. So I think for them, I want to use that last lure we've got. And yeah, nobody's really coming right for this. So, you know what? I think I'll bring that right in and change it up. There we go. And actually, another thing I do need to pay attention to is actually... like how Call of the Wild Yangler had specific retrieval techniques, it does look like there is that for this game too. We'll see if I can bring this walleye in, because this might be one of the largest fish if we can land it. Yeah, I think one thing I'm trying to do here is watching for whenever I see bubbles coming off of it as it's like running. Yeah, when I see the bubbles, I'm just going to let it go, and then when there are none of those, then I'll try reeling in. Maybe that's like your key of it's really fighting. And that's when you want to let off pressure. Because I will admit, for like, how upgraded the rod is, like, only 3 kilograms, but I think the rod is supposed to be like 5 kilograms right now, so maybe it's just like how good of a fight they can put out, why it feels like it can be a little difficult. But that is our largest walleye, so that'll hopefully be worth a little bit when we bring it in. And again, like Call of the Wild the Angler, it does list like specific retrieval options depending on the lure you're using. So for maximum effectiveness, I should try and see if I can follow with that a bit. Come on. Oh yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how much of a fight we can get on, like, these little guys. There we go. Not going anywhere once you're out of the water, though. Yeah, that was only 1.5 kilograms, so I'm not sure how it decides to, like, measure up, like, how much fight the fish can have to you. I don't know if there's a point where, like, the rod is so strong that they just won't be able to fight at all. Although I guess it also is, like I had mentioned, wanting to keep old gear relevant in its way. Having it so the fish, no matter, like, these smaller sizes, are still giving you, like, something to struggle against to bring in. Okay, I was able to spit it, so... Now, I don't know if the line... The only thing I can think of for the line length is... It does give you more room for, like, when fish do give these runs like this. They can't really get away from you. But yeah, as I see those bubbles, I'm trying to ease off of the mouse and just... There we go. You're not getting away from us. 2.8. Not too shabby. Yeah, maybe we'll try to see about getting this 3 more just to round out the full size for the keeper, then we'll head back. I don't think we'll be able to handle the big guy down there, though. Luckily, it does seem like he's not too interested in it, so we're safe for now from him striking and probably giving us a really long fight, or he'll just bolt off and he'll spit the hook. Come on. There we go. Yeah, another one there. You know what? Actually, maybe I'll try to see about going for the bobber here. Because it does look like there are some of the bluegill, or the... Actually, I think they call them, what? Bluegill sunfish? Yeah, these little guys here with the bit of an orange belly. Now, I thought it was like you had bluegills and then you also have sunfish, but maybe, like, bluegills are a type of sunfish, and that's just, like, the short way of calling them. Yeah, I'm going to pull this back just to hear... See if these guys are interested or not. It could be because of the rod size, it's too big for them. You know what? I think that is the case. I'm going to just, again, do a quick little swap out, because I think it'll actually be worth it to try getting these. If I can on this. Now, we'll probably also have the little thread fin guys here striking too, but at this point, I think if we can just get anything onto the hook to round us out, it'll be helpful. Yeah, there's a little one in. Give the pup a little pet, and toss out again. Once I can get a few more lures and also probably upgrade the equipment to handle a fair bit better, then I think we will head out and see... you know what, next episode we'll go back up to that little dam that we had unlocked and try to get whatever we can from there. There we go. And let's head for dock. Just paddle our way back, pop a little pet, and enjoy that. But yeah, after Sons of the Forest, I'm not sure what I will do. I think one of the things too is because I did like want to start my channel with more of like a survival craft focus. I've kind of tackled or at least done a little bit of all the major survival craft games that come to mind. I know there are ones, say like Rust, that I haven't really touched, but I think the survival genre, because it can be a little bit vast for like how much it can cover, because like you can have like The Long Dark is in the same genre as Ark Survival Evolved, and like the two don't really have any crossover, but they are both kind of survival games. Holy, 49 for that big walleye. Okay, we're doing pretty good for funds now. Holy smokes, you clean out the lake or just the cocky ones? Yeah, I'll have to see. Okay, because we could get the big crankbait and the heavy spoon bait. I think we'll go for... I think we'll go for the jig head. But I think I want to get more upgrades for the maple. You know what? Actually, I'll go one to finish off the rod strength for that one. And one for the maple scout. Just so that way, since we do know we actually will have continued use of the small rod, let's get that maxed up and ready for use, and then also start building this up to go further up for these. Because, yeah, there's a lot of weight difference between these two right now, but there's only a couple of upgrade levels between. The boats I'm not too concerned with, and then, yeah, we'll have to save a fair bit in order to, like, get to some of the other locations. You know what, we'll plop a tip in. Nope, ain't nothing like hauling in a fat old largemouth after giving you your workout. Heard there's a swarm of little rock bass up at the Mistwood, thicker than skeeters on July evening. Oh, that even unlocked another spot for us we could try going up to. Yeah, so we need to get license for some of these, but it does look like we even have one more area we could go along this starting area and see from there. Then I am wondering, as you get to these spots, maybe there'll even be like these little question mark hidden locations through them as you'll visit too. But I think for now that is a good place to end this episode of Cast and Chill. A nice little relaxing bit for the weekend, a little touch-in with you guys. And again, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to bring up to me that you're not sure if there's a series to do so with, and it's like more like general question than specific to the content put out, I think this is the one to put it in or leave it in, because it seems like the most free and open for discussion. But for now, thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video episode, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.